Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Class 7 English, Unit 3 Oil Spills. In today's class, we will do word study exercise A, page number 64. Following are synonyms or meanings of some words. As you can see in the table, here are 5 words and their synonyms and meanings. For example, spill is the word and drip is the synonym for spill. Both means to flow, and flow and fall are different, but they are synonymous to each other, but not completely synonymous to each other, not exactly synonymous to each other. They are same, not exactly. So just like that, empty from the belly and to run out of the vessel or a container, these are all the meanings of the word drip and spill, but they are a little different from each other and they are used for different contexts, different meanings. For example, the next one is residue. Residue means the remains. Also, it is used in the sense of a deposit, something which is saved for a long time. It is also used for the legacy, means the things which are left out by the parents for their children, and after their death the things are given to the children. So that is the legacy of the parents for the children. It is also like the remain, but not as same as the residue and not as same as the deposit, although all of these are used for the things which are the left out part of something. The last one is scum. Scum means something which is useless. So all of these words are synonymous but not completely. Just like that, crude is something which is not processed, raw, and vulgar, unfinished, immature, these are synonymous, but they have different meanings. For example, vulgar is used when something is not decent, and unfinished is used when something is not complete, it's incomplete, and immature is used when someone is insensible, someone who doesn't have much sense and ability. Then claim is synonymous to asset, but it also has other meanings like declare, argue, and demand, which are used for different sense and different context. For example, declare is when you announce something. Argue is used when someone debates about different opinions. Demand is used to ask for something strongly. Change, for example, is a word. It has so many meanings like alter, different, modify, coins, but not exactly same. For example, change is used when we alter the appearance of something or the look of something, and different is used when two things are not same. Modify is used when we upgrade something or we make something look better. And coins is also the meaning of change, but not like modify, different, and alter. Coin is used when, for example, we go to a shop and we buy something and we give them the money, and then we ask them for the change. So are we asking them to make something new? Are we asking them for something different? Are we asking them for some alter? No, we are asking them for the remaining coins. So change also has a meaning, coins, which is used for the remaining money. Now we have to do an exercise in the book in which we have to fill the different meanings of the words in blanks such that they make sense. For example, for crude we have 4 meanings: raw, unfinished, vulgar, and immature. And for example, the first sentence is I am eating a dash apple. So with the apple, the word which suits the best is raw, because unfinished apple, vulgar apple, immature apple, that this does not make sense. But raw apple makes sense, means it's not cooked, it's uncooked. Number 2, the artist has still to work on the painting. It is dash. So painting is dash, painting is unfinished. If I say painting is vulgar, if I say painting is immature, that does not make sense in the sentence. So when I say unfinished, although all of these words are the same, but they cannot be used in place of each other. When we have to use incomplete or unfinished, we have to use words like these. We cannot use their synonyms like vulgar and immature because they will not make sense. They are not exactly the same word for unfinished. Just like that, the boy was punished because he was using dash language. So the kind of language that the boy was using, it was not nice, it was not decent. So the word which suits the best in this blank is vulgar. If I say immature language, that does not make sense because immature means insensible. So the last one, he is dash, he does not have table manners. This sentence uh, suits the word immature best in it because the boy is supposed to be not being sensible enough. So, for not being sensible enough, the best word is immature rather than using the synonymous words raw, unfinished, and vulgar. Just like that, for change, before he got in the train, he purchased a ticket. The officer gave him the coins. So, now for change, we're using the word coins because we're talking about the money that he got in return of the ticket. Then what did he do? He put the money in his pocket carefully and accidentally he climbed on a different train. So here we are using the word different, which is synonymous to change, but it is not exactly synonymous to coin, to alter. What a mess, thought Abid. The tailor had again made the shirt too long. He will have to alter it now. So here alter is used when you have to make some changes in the appearance or shape of something. He said to himself as he changed his shirt. Now in the last sentence, the last blank, the word change is used in the real sense of change, like wearing a new cloth. For a spill, we have two blanks. The first one is the captain decided to dash the ship as it seemed to be sinking due to the water dash into the hull. Now for spill, we have so many words. For example, empty is also a synonymous word of spill because when something spills out of a vessel, the vessel becomes empty. So here in the first blank, the captain decided to spill. Did he decide to like flow the people or throw the people out? No, he decided to empty the ship. So empty suits the best in the first blank. Then why did he decide to empty the ship? Because it seemed to be sinking or drowning due to the water filling into the hull. Although empty, filling, all of these words are synonymous to spill, but I cannot use the word empty over here because it will not make sense. If I use the word filling, it makes sense because water was filling in the hull. Now the second one is during the summer, blood constantly drips from my nose. Drips is also synonymous to spill. It is used for the flow of something, of a liquid especially. So during the summer, blood constantly drips from my nose. At times, I feel that all the fluids are being drained. Drained is also synonymous to spill. It means to empty something or to let something flow out of a vessel. For residue, we have four words: remains, deposits, scum, and legacy. Let's see which word suits which sentence the best. For example, number one is archaeologists look for dash of prehistoric animals buried in the rocks to discover their habits. These dash are called fossils. So archaeologists are the people who look after the old buildings, old places, the old objects. So they look for the remains, means they look for the things which are left behind by the older people who have lived and died in the world. So they look for the remains of the prehistoric animals, and the remains are usually buried inside the rocks, inside the surface of the earth. And why do they do so? Why do they look for the remains? To discover their habits, to see and to learn about them. And when they are buried inside the rocks, the surface of the earth, they are called as deposits, or they are called as fossils. Then the second one is when soap is made from raw material, the waste product or scum is thrown away. When soap is made from the raw material, the waste product or scum, so they have used the word or, which shows that waste product and scum are same words and they have the same meaning. So scum basically means something which is of no use. So something which is of no use, it is usually thrown away. Then the third one is Mr. Ahmed received only rupees 1000 after his father's death, as that was all the legacy. So as I mentioned, legacy is the money, the things, the wealth which is left by parents for their children when they die. So Mr. Ahmed received only rupees 1,000 after his father's death. Why? Because that was all the legacy, that was all the remaining money by his father. The last one is claim. For claim, we have four different words: declared, assets, demanded, argued. Although they are synonymous to each other but not exactly, they cannot be used in place of each other. For example, Judge Chima declared that all the assets would go to Marjan as she was the legal heir of the state. So here declared is used in the sense of announcing something, saying something to the public. So Judge Chima declared means he announced that the assets, the objects, they would go to Marjan because she is the rightful owner of the objects. So asset is used for something which is owned by someone rightfully. Then number two, during the Battle of Jamal, Hazrat Aisha Razilullah anhu demanded. Now demanded is synonymous to claim, but they have a little difference in them. Demand is used when something is being asked strongly, powerfully. So she demanded that Hazrat Ali Razilullah anhu should find the killers. However, Hazrat Ali Razilullah anhu, he argued his point of view. So argue is a totally different word, but it is somehow a bit synonymous to claim. It is used when someone is debating about their point of view, about their thinking. So he argued his point of view means he presented his thinking, his mindset, his point of view, his idea. So this was how different words that are synonymous to each other cannot be used in place of each other because sometimes they have a difference in their meanings. What you have to do is you have to complete exercise A, this exercise in your book on page number 64 and 65. I will see you in the next class. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.